Are you someone who struggles to move beyond your past? Maybe you keep on making the same mistakes and end up in the same circumstances over and over again. Maybe you keep on thinking of yourself as the same person you used to be 10 years ago, but you know things are different now. Maybe there's a failure that you just can't get over and it just haunts you every time certain things happen in life and a memory is triggered that prevents you from taking action. If that is speaking to you, then this video is for you. I'm creating this video to help you find the motivation you need to move beyond your past. Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Wintonio and I'm the founder of a mental health startup called Mind Designer. And this topic of moving beyond your past speaks to me personally because I've been there as well. And especially as someone in this field of clinical psychology, seeking to make a contribution at least, it matters to me that I understand the type of thoughts that people have when trying to overcome a situation. And frankly, I'm discovering that it's not any different than what I've gone through myself. Okay? We've all had to get over a past event or experience, and sometimes it's more difficult than other experiences. Sometimes an experience can hold us back for so long until we actually address what is really the problem. But most of the time, it's just something in our heads that is distracting us from the real goal. And so let's talk about how to overcome your past, how to move forward and never be held back again. Okay, so a quick story about me. I'm a former professional trumpet player based here in Los Angeles, and I studied classical music at USC, the University of Southern California. Fight on. The situation that was most pivotal and intense for me was when I decided to add an acting minor degree to my music degree as well. And within the world of classical music, this is very disruptive and radical to do because our educational and career paths are very regimented within the classical music world. All right, you go to certain programs and study with certain people and that kind of thing. But deviating away from that type of narrow path is certainly crazy. And what I had to deal with was people thinking that I'm crazy. And it certainly looked like a crazy decision at the time. And I was dealing with a lot of isolation and just a lot of questions from people who thought I quit the trumpet. I didn't quit. I'm simply just exploring and learning and having fun and meeting people, of course, and also expanding my worldview. You know, it's good to learn about stuff beyond what we already know. But in the classical music world, that is something most people don't do until after they finish their college experiences. So what I had to figure out is, where is this going? And who am I becoming, right? Because your actions dictate who you are, okay? Character is destiny. That's Thomas Jefferson, all right? Your actions, your behaviors dictate the outcomes in your life. So it's like, okay, if I'm deciding to get into acting or something beyond what people know me for, what does that mean about my identity and who I'm becoming, right? And so there was a lesson for me to learn about the past version of myself that was exclusively about classical music. And by understanding the difference between back then, the past, and my present, and also the future, right? Once I understood all three aspects of time that we are all experiencing, once I got the bigger picture, I didn't have answers, but I had at least an idea of how to go about figuring this thing out. So, what did I learn about myself? Well, I've learned and I'm continuing to learn just how curious I am and how much I enjoy conducting research and buying books. So, what do I want for Christmas? I want a book, okay? So, anything from Amazon, buy it used like new, save your money. It's going to be just as valuable to me either way. All right, I love books. I love to read. I have a huge book collection over there on a multitude of topics and subjects: the humanities, business, design, technology, innovation, psychology, of course. Um, and that's all within the past, I don't know, 10 years. Maybe I've purchased over 145 books. I don't know. But that's who I am. I love to learn about a lot of things. Um, but if I didn't take that chance back in college to explore beyond the world of classical music, I would never know anything about a lot of things because my focus would have been on trumpet, Beethoven, playing concerts, that kind of thing. And I can tell you that through the experience of doing the thing that I like, which is reading, the knowledge I've accumulated has certainly transformed who I am over time. And so that's just my experience. Your transformative experience might be different. It probably will be different. But let's just consider the analogy of the caterpillar becoming the butterfly because you are the butterfly, but you just don't know it. That might be your experience. That might be your challenge right now. Maybe you have clipped wings and you just can't figure out how to fly. We can talk about that. How do you get over the past that is holding you back as a butterfly? Because that's what you are, but you're stuck on the ground and you're walking like a caterpillar. That might be the analogy to consider. So, hey, if you like the video so far, by all means, hit like and subscribe. Help this channel grow. We are just getting started. The purpose of this channel is to help you find the motivation you need to transform your life. And the way I do that is by teaching the 10 principles of self-mastery. This helps contextualize the problem or challenge you're trying to overcome and also give you practical ways to think about addressing the problem. So in this case, the most relevant principle of self-mastery is identity alignment. Okay? Behaving like the person you're becoming rather than the person you were. This matters because behavior dictates your identity. If you choose to change your self-image, your habits will change as well. So what you have to do is begin to behave like the person who you think you are. This is the first step towards overcoming your past in that regard, based on who you think you used to be and based on who you are today. So a practical thing to do, first, it starts with cognitive behavioral therapy and positive self-talk. Say to yourself, I am X, Y, or Z. I am X, Y, or Z. Or I am A, B, or C. Say these things out loud to yourself and start training your mind to believe it. If you don't believe it, it won't happen. Your behavior and actions will not follow up with that belief. All right. You can also do things like change your environment, right? Change your environment so that you can behave differently as well. Let's say you are trying to become a professional athlete or athletic in any kind of way. Changing your environment might be changing what's in the refrigerator, right? Addressing your diet and saying, hey, the chocolate chip cookies gotta go. I wanna be a professional athlete and look better. The cookies, the sugar, it's not helping me become the person who I want to be, right? Change your environment. And then, of course, symbolic acts of commitment to this process, right? Not just habits, but actions habitually, consistently, over time, all right? You make a point to be disciplined about the things you know you need to do to get the outcomes you want. And so these are 3 practical ways to address your own actions and behaviors and self-beliefs that cause you to stay in the past and behave like the person who you used to be in the past. Pretty deep, huh? So the reality is that this is going to take time. Nothing I'm talking about is some quick process or immediate outcome. You have to think through this process and experience the change for yourself, and then reflect on what's happening, right? You're going to experience isolation from your normal social circles because you're choosing to be different, right? These types of experiences of isolation will force you to think about what's changing in your life on the day-to-day level. That's a reality. It's going to take time to think about how to make the correct choices moving forward if you actually want to realize a new self-image. And of course, you don't want to commit to the wrong processes or maybe steps or ideas or plans. You got to get it right. And this is not something that can be rushed. You have to experience life and taste the things that you don't like to realize the things that you do like, right? That's the process in most cases. But yeah, if you commit to this process and don't give up, right? It's only those who persevere that actually make it. There are a lot of people who choose not to do the work and they are still stuck in the past. But that's not going to be you because you want to move forward. You know how important this is to you. Maybe you have a family, maybe you don't, but at least you have a life, and that matters to you enough. So stick with it. Stick with it. Change. It can be one of the most scary and difficult things to achieve in life. Change is hard. Think about a drug addict, right? If they fail to change their habits, they will relapse, okay? And so the same thing happens for us in our own situations. If we fail to change our habits, the past returns. And so that's why identity alignment works for this challenge of overcoming your past. To do so, change your habits, change your self-image, change your environment, change the things you are committed to so that the new habits can become reinforced and established. Okay, again, this takes time. This takes time. There's no immediate outcome or result. For some people, for a lot of us, it may take a year to make the decision to commit to the process. Who knows? But as long as you're doing the work and making incremental progress towards your goals, that's progress. That's success. That's winning, right? You're doing the work. You're getting there. We need to see you making the progress, and that progress is what changes your reality. It's what changes your life experience. It's something to look forward to. It's something to be very excited about. If you are looking for more affordable therapeutic resources, please consider Your Essence Workbook. It's a comprehensive collection of wellness and cognitive behavioral therapy exercises designed to help you deepen your self-awareness. Just go to our website, minddesigner.com. Link is in the description. So there you go. I hope you learned something from this video. Please leave a comment down below. Share your story. Let us know what you are overcoming, what you are striving to do in life. Share your story with this brand new budding community around this channel, focused on helping you find the motivation you need to transform your life. My name is Wintonio. Thanks again. Oh yeah, hit like and subscribe please as well. We're just getting started. And so thank you very much for that. And I'll see you soon.